Yeah, not bad, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. How's your day so far?
Yeah, good, good. Bit of drum, bit of paddleboarding, bit of procrastinating, and here I am now talking to you. So yeah, nice chilled day.
Good. So, Jason, your self-titled seventh album is scheduled to be released on November 5th. So, can you tell me a bit about the songwriting and the production behind this album?
Well, we started writing probably back in spring 2019 for this, and Knives was one of the first tracks that we wrote, and that kind of set the angle, if you like, for the rest of the album. And then obviously we had lockdown happening, but that kind of worked in our favor a little bit. I know Matt likes writing with no pressure, so it's great for him. He got on a really good flow of writing. We were going to Padge's studio here and there, and
Yeah,
it was nice to write and rediscover ourselves with. I mean, that's the only positive I can think that lockdown brought the band, really. The fact that we had a period of introspection that was positive.
wonderful, wonderful. And any particular concept that was put behind this album?
I think we all knew that we wanted to go heavy. We were ready to go heavy. We did try and go heavy on Gravity, but at that time it didn't feel right. We tried writing heavy stuff, but the quality wasn't there. But this time we just felt like we had the quality and we had a definite idea of the direction we wanted to go to, and yeah, it worked. Thankfully, everything's been well received so far, and we're sort of excited and nervous at the same time. As the album's about to come out.
Wonderful. And like I said, this album is totally amazing, and you guys have put up an amazing work behind this album. There was so
Thank
much of
you.
aggressiveness, and the drum skills that you put behind it is totally kick ass, man. I have to be honest with you. It's totally
Thanks a
amazing.
lot.
I really enjoyed the album as a whole. It's really amazing. So, how as a band do you feel about it?
We're all really happy about it. You could say the stars have aligned, on the album. It's what we all wanted to do. We all love high energy metal. We don't like messing about with metal. We just want to do something that's brutal and straight to the point, really. So yeah, we're all really excited about it. Everything feels good, powerful, like we're ready to unleash this on the world now.
Wonderful, wonderful. And are there more surprises in the future?
Yeah, I mean, when we started writing, we had about like 21 songs that we wrote, and we scrapped six of those. So there'll be more songs on deluxe editions of the album that will come out next year.
Mm.
And yeah, it's hard to know what you should put on an album and save for later as well. So yeah.
Wonderful. And talking about the touring, so is there any plans to go on a tour anytime sooner?
Well, we start our UK tour at the end of this month, October through
Mhm.
to November. Europe's planned for January and February. And I know Japan's, excuse me, being spoken about, and we have festivals next summer. So next year's looking good, and we want to keep touring this album at least for the next 2 years.
Wonderful,
So
wonderful,
that's the idea.
wonderful. And do you have any plans on the day of the release?
I think we're playing London that day actually. So yeah, it's going to be a special day. Obviously, we're doing some in-store signings as well to promote the album and get face to face with the fans, which would be nice, after everyone's been locked away for the past 18 months.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're just stoked to be playing a show on the release of the album at home in the UK.
wonderful. And talking about the cover art of this album, you have put it real simple, and it's quite interesting to
Hmm.
see the cover art. So, what was the real theme that was put behind this cover art?
I think we wanted a motif, something that summed up the sound of the album without being too convoluted and overthought. So the skull image just works. Where we sort of hooked onto it, and we had a creative director we've been working with called Fiona Garden. She's been fantastic, and we wanted a thread that ran through all the videos that related to the artwork as well. So fans got a real strong vision of where we were at creatively, you know, with the imagery and the music. I think if you've got a really strong thread of imagery to go with the music for the whole cycle, it's a way of really getting people in your world, you know, your musical world. So yeah, I think it suits the sound as well. It's no nonsense, straight to the point. That's what you get.
Wonderful, wonderful. And one of the biggest metal acts from Wales. So, how was the journey been for you guys so far? And how do you feel playing for Bullet for My Valentine?
Oh, it's amazing, you know. I mean, the only English guy in the band, so I've been warmly received by the Welsh people, which is saying a lot if you're English, believe you me. But no, it's fantastic, you know. It's an honor to play with the guys. I love everyone in the band. We get on really well, and we're just normal, down to earth guys, you know, at the end of the day that want to play high energy music.
Wonderful. And would you like to share some of the great moments that you had over the years?
Well, oh wow, I'll have to get my thinking cap on now. Um, we've had some amazing festival experiences in Europe. You know, playing those big festivals, Hellfest, Rock am Ring, to 60, 80,000 people, 100,000 people, is just amazing. To do it as a team together, you know, that's fantastic. And yeah, it's, you know, the highlight is obviously playing live and getting out there. And we're lucky with our fans because there's a lot of love for us, and they've been very accepting of the lineup changes over the years. They've stuck with us through thick and thin, and I can't tell you how much we value that, you know. It's really important.
Absolutely, absolutely. And 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 like you guys have been making music for a lot of years now. So do you plan to experiment a lot of more music in the future?
Hopefully, you know, it's a lot of energy to write an album and get it right, because once it's out there, and for people to hopefully praise. There's always plans to do more music. Being in a band like Bullet, we've got the album cycles obviously takes time, and the touring, you know, we're going to be touring for a long time. And I mean, the positive about this new album is that I think it sets up a sound that we can explore in so many different directions. It's very heavy and brutal, but there's different types of brutal on the album. So the new music has got a great starting point with this album.
Sounds great. And you guys, do you have any plans to travel to a lot of other countries that you have never been before?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of countries we'd like to go to. It's whether COVID allows, really, because everything's still quite volatile around the world, and there's no getting away from that. So we have to be realistic and expect that there's going to be bumps in the road for when we travel. But you know, but we're musicians at the end of the day, and we love to tour, and we have to do this to feel human. But yeah, there's a lot of different countries we'd like to travel to, definitely.
Wonderful. And if you guys want to collaborate with some bands or musicians, if there are any particular people that is on your mind?
I'd love to collaborate with Trent Reznor of Nine Inch Nails. I think that would be fantastic. He's got an incredible way of constantly reinventing Nine Inch Nails. He's got such a pure vision of how he writes his music and what he wants to achieve. And maybe something like The Prodigy, something crazy and different. you know, and maybe even like Bring Me the Horizon. That would be an interesting collaboration.
Yeah,
Collaborations are cool. I think the fans love collaborations as well.
absolutely, absolutely. And Jason, what would be the dream for you guys?
I think the dream for us is getting to the stage where we can start headlining the big festivals, you know, especially the big ones in Europe. I think when you get to that level, you know you're doing something right, and it's tough to get to, but we're always trying to give ourselves the best shot by writing the best music we can, really. So that's the dream.
Wonderful, wonderful. And you guys have mentioned in the press release that this is a new version, Bullets 2.0. So what is exactly that you're trying to convey through that message?
I think it's the feeling we got from this album is so pure and complete. Just feels like we're all on the same page, 100%, and that we can take it in different directions. It's like a reset, if you like, and it's quite tough for a band that's been going for a long time to do that. You know, that's the challenge of being in a long-term band, is constantly trying to make your sound interesting without alienating fans, because fans ultimately make you successful. But you got to write music for yourself to make yourself happy before you can write and make other people happy. So yeah, it definitely feels like a bit of a reset that we could take this forward, you know, for years to come, hopefully.
Wonderful. And Bullet For My Valentine is one of the successful band from Wales, and it's popular all over the world. So many fans, a lot of people following your music. So how was the band? Do you feel the success of the band?
Um, how do I feel about that? Yeah, I feel just so privileged and lucky. The fact that we can go to Russia and there's and Brazil and Japan, and there's people waiting for us at airports. It's like, what? It's crazy. And we're just so lucky to have like a solid global following, really, you know, of fans that love us. And it just blows my mind. It really does.
Wonderful, Jason. And Jason, finally, what would be the message for the fans around the world?
The message for the fans around the world is get yourself out to a show, get yourself out to a Bullet show when we're in town. Don't let the pandemic knock you down. Get yourself out there and start living life and enjoying life. It's so important because life is about memories. Create good memories.
Awesome, Jason. And Jason, thank you so much for giving me your time today for this interview. It's a real pleasure to meet you today and to have this interview with you. And thanks again for the amazing music that you guys been giving over the years, and for this amazing new album that is coming out on November 5th. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
And
Absolute pleasure. All the best.
yeah, thank you. You have a
Bye.
great evening out there. Bye-bye.
Bye.